Joining me in studio, former federal prosecutor Shan Wu. He was also a member of Rick Gates' defense team back in the day. Rick Gates, of course, the business partner for Paul Manafort. Put Manafort into context in all of this. His team says, and they've said in filings, you know, Robert Mueller set out to prove Russia collusion. Read all the documents. There's no collusion. Manafort may have done bad things, but what's Mueller doing here? Help us understand the context of Paul Manafort.
I think for all the talk there's been that Manafort's angling for the pardon, that's really a Hail Mary pass for him. They have to concentrate on the ground game right now. So they're focusing on Ellis. I think what his legal team's doing makes a lot of sense. They've made this proportionality argument, and what that basically boiled down means that as compared to other people that are kind of like him, similar crimes, similar lack of criminal history, the sentencing guidelines range seems disproportional to him. And so they're saying because of that, Judge, you ought to go underneath those guidelines, and they're hoping to get something probably single digits.
And as they made their argument for that, they say the special counsel's attempt to vilify Mr. Manafort as lifelong and irredeemable felon is beyond the pale. They go on to say he suffers from severe anxiety, panic attacks, and a constant feeling of claustrophobia while he's locked alone in his cell each day. There's no high risk of recidivism in this case, given the harsh lesson Mr. Manafort has already learned, especially in light of his age. Is that a case? Is that a case that could get a judge to say, okay, I could give you 25, I'm going to give you 12?
I don't think so, not just on that notion that he's suffering from anxiety and such. Ellis is very experienced, and he understands the toll that being in jail takes on people. I think, though, Ellis has given us some clues that he views Manafort perhaps a little bit sympathetically. I mean, he made those remarks in the beginning that the prosecution was really focused on Trump, not Manafort. He's certainly going to acknowledge that the jury found Manafort guilty, but we can glean from that that in his mind he may be thinking, you know, if it was not for this Trump situation, maybe Manafort would not have been the subject of such an intense, deep-looking investigation and prosecution. So I think that may play in.
And we only learn about the special counsel's investigations when they're in court, actually doing filings and speaking. So it'll be interesting to see if we learn anything new today. I suspect not. They'll focus on sentencing. But we'll see. Shan, appreciate your coming in.